Sport Network this week. We've got 8 Premier League games to look forward to at the weekend. We're also available tonight, 5 Live, final score on the iPlayer, the red button, the BBC Sport website and app. And we are live as well on BBC Radio Merseyside tonight as the two respective teams form their own huddles. Liverpool, it seems, are going to be attacking the Kop in the first half, therefore playing from left to right. And Jude Bellingham as well. We talk about Mbappe, Stephen. Jude Bellingham, let's not be said, is showing a return to form too. He's scored in his last 3 games.
Yeah, and the other thing, don't forget, he's been carrying an injury for the best part of 2 years now, that shoulder injury that he's had. He's now had the surgery to correct that, and that'll change him as a player. It'll give him more confidence, more upper body strength to hold off players. He's a fantastic player. I think we're all talking about potentially what's going to happen with the England setup. He'll be in it because he's such a good player.
Agreed. It is the 8th time that these two have met in the Champions League since the start of the 17-18 campaign. They have become familiar opposition in recent years. And let's see what unfolds in this next instalment here at Anfield, as Liverpool are awarded an early throw attacking the Kop end with Bradley back to Szoboszlai, who had an outstanding game against Aston Villa, as he will go all the way back on the halfway line to Mamardashvili. Arne Slot has already ruled out Alisson for the game against Manchester City at the weekend, so he might be back in contention, you would suspect, after the international break. There is a chance that Alexander Isak could be involved at the weekend as Salah comes forward on this right side, edge of the penalty area, passes the ball out wide. Robertson gets stuck underneath his feet, pushes the ball towards Wirtz. Robertson delivers the cross. Militao is there to head the ball away. Robertson with a downward header. Wirtz back towards McAllister, shapes to shoot, strikes his own player, rebounds to Robertson. He waits, to Wirtz rather, he waits. Robertson has stayed forward. Here is Robertson to Gravenberg. Liverpool very much on the front foot in these opening 60 seconds or so. Every outfield player is in the Real Madrid half. Szoboszlai, Bradley joins the attack, man over in Salah, they go through the middle, flick by Ekitike, look towards Wirtz. Well, they had Salah over.
Yeah, they had Salah, but the actual flick from Ekitike was really good. Wirtz just stopped his run. If he'd have continued it, he'd have been on the end of it. But that is a really positive start from Liverpool, making sure that they are rotating the ball left to right, making it difficult for Real Madrid. But Real Madrid, they won't panic. They know they've been in this situation before.
You can see as well it's going to be a huge problem for Madrid, because Conor Bradley's just running past Vinicius and he's making a 2v1 against Karas. Salah and Conor Bradley are really causing them problems down this right-hand side.
Well, at the minute, Conor Bradley must have given away 10 yards or so at least to Vinicius Junior, who's staying out wide on this left-hand side. Mbappe is up against Konate. Courtois will take the free kick for Real Madrid. He goes long. Robertson, cushion control, then runs towards Van Dijk and he sweeps it downfield. And Ekitike is after it. Howson tries to hold him up, the former Bournemouth player, but Ekitike is helped out by Wirtz, who skips away from the challenge of Militao. Left corner of the area, 0-0 in these early stages. And Wirtz down towards the byline, crowded out by those white shirts. There's Camavinga to help too. And Real Madrid lose the ball. Ekitike now left-hand side of the penalty area, tries to wriggle his way through, and in fact is adjudged by our referee, who actually took charge of the Champions League final last season, is Romanian. Istvan Kovacs will give a free kick to Real Madrid, but an extremely positive start these 3 minutes in.
Yeah, Liverpool have been right on the front foot, putting Madrid under big pressure with direct balls and trying to get him behind them.
Watford have taken the lead at Portman Road in the Championship. Ipswich Town, who've had back-to-back wins, have fallen behind. Ipswich 0, Watford 1. Here is Howson. Just puts his foot on the ball. Tchouameni is ahead of him. There's no pressure at this stage, but the Liverpool front three are poised, and then Howson knocks it square towards Carreras, the left-back. Back it goes towards Howson, and his ball finds Valverde, who's pushed a little bit further back at right-back. Good noise inside Anfield as well. And Liverpool keep the ball. No, they don't keep the ball in play. Wirtz, who was looking sharp, is adjudged that it had gone out. Stephen.
One of the things we waxed lyrical about last season with Liverpool was the front four and the way they pressed. They are set up as a front four to go and press. When the trigger's right, they're going in hard on Real Madrid. And Real Madrid at the moment, I know it's only 3 or 4 minutes in, they are finding it difficult just to find a way out.
You're listening to Stephen Warnock and Jonathan Woodgate alongside myself, Ian Dennis, for exclusive radio commentary here inside Anfield, live on 5 Live and Radio Merseyside. And Liverpool have made an encouraging start for Arne Slot, who watches on as he stands up in that technical area just in front of us. About 25 yards out from goal, it's a throw that Bradley will take. Infield to Gravenberch, tries to hook it towards Ekitike. Militao though for Real Madrid. Valverde back towards Courtois, who has an excellent record during his career. He's only lost 2 games in 14 previous meetings against Liverpool. Howson, bit of hesitation, flags up on this near side.
Yeah, it was Gravenberch who was just coming back into play with the little header into Ekitike as they played it back through. But one thing you'd say is every time that Real Madrid have got the ball at the back, heads are down, Liverpool players in the faces, making it difficult. So the one thing that Real Madrid won't do is try to force little passes and create problems. They'll look to go long, then they'll stay in the shape and they'll just feel Liverpool out.
There's been a goal, Paris Saint-Germain. Conor McNamara.
And it is a goal for Bayern Munich. Former Liverpool player Luis Diaz has given the Germans the lead after just 4 minutes. Poor defending initially from Paris Saint-Germain. They should have cleared it away. It fell to the Colombian. Paris Saint-Germain 0, Bayern Munich 1.
Real Madrid are attacking, edge of the area. Bellingham can't get past McAllister. Then they look for the long ball, Liverpool from defence towards Ekitike. Courtois comes out, stoops and heads it into the path of Howson. Before match day 4 in the league phase of the Champions League, you had 5 clubs with a 100% winning start. Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern, who are meeting, as we've just been hearing about, are 2 of them. Arsenal are another. We know already that they've beaten Slavia Prague in the first of our 4 Champions League commentaries that we're bringing you today and tomorrow after a 3-0 win against Slavia Prague and the Czech Republic. And Inter Milan are the others. Real Madrid will try and see if they can extend their winning start as Vinicius Junior bursts away on this near side, enters the area, left-hand side, still going. Bradley though shields the wall away from him, dispossesses him, and then barges into Vinicius Junior. Good defending.
Really good defending, got up against him, made himself difficult to beat, slowed him down, really slowed Vinicius down, stuck to his task, done really well on that occasion.
And one thing I'm looking at is I'm just watching the press of Liverpool high up the pitch, and Szoboszlai's the person who is setting the press off. He's telling Ekitike, no, you're going too early. And when you go too early against Real Madrid, they just find a way out, and that's what you can't allow them to do.
Salah looked for the early ball to Ekitike, went behind him. Valverde was tucked in the right back inside the centre circle. He passed all the way back to Courtois in front of the Kop, all in green, left-footed ball swept away downfield. Bradley's got to get back with Vinicius Junior. He's tight towards him. Vinicius Junior falls to the floor. Conor Bradley is adjudged to have fouled Vinicius Junior, who now whips up the away support, and the Romanian referee will give Bradley a talking to.
Yeah, he's got to be so careful, Conor Bradley. He wants to get tight to Vinicius Junior because he knows if he runs at him, he's got real potential just to drift either side of him. But what you don't want to do is pick up a booking 8 minutes into the game, because then Vinicius Junior will have a field day. He'll love that.
It is Arda Güler, the Turkish international, who's come across to take the free kick. A few yards in from the left touchline in front of the Anfield Road end, all in white, playing from right to left. The rain appears to have relented. The wind, though, is still strong. Edge of the area towards Vinicius Junior, chips it into the box, header out by Konate. Camavinga running away from the penalty area, almost sold Carrera short as Szoboszlai hared towards him. Ball is passed out towards that right-hand side, and this is Mbappe, a little fancy flick towards Bellingham. Back out it goes towards that right touchline. Mbappe now has gone into a central area, but Liverpool have every red shirt back behind the ball. Güler chips it across towards Vinicius Junior. That was a confident take, as now Carreras the left back, that white shirt rippling in the breeze. Liverpool, though, will now press on Güler. Howson across to Militao, and the first opportunity for Real Madrid to have a sustained spell of passing here at Anfield. 8 minutes in, 0-0, as the ball from Valverde towards Bellingham. Bellingham now makes the run, tries to get in behind. It'll go out, though, for a throw.
Yeah, there's a lot of rotations in the Madrid team. You can see them. You've got Mbappe pulling off, you've got Güler dropping a bit deeper, you've got Tchouaméni sometimes playing higher, and it's important that Liverpool don't always follow them. They stay in the shape and they're ready, like Stephen said. When the trigger comes, that's when they go.
Ipswich Town have equalised at home to Watford at Portman Road in the Championship. Chance at Tottenham, John Southall.
Tottenham on top, Tottenham nil, Copenhagen nil. Xavi Simons with a deflected shot from the edge of the area, wide of the left-hand post. Brennan Johnson got in a really good position on the right. First touch let him down. Tottenham nil, Copenhagen nil.
That game is live on Sports Extra if you wish to listen to Tottenham against Copenhagen, the Danish side who are yet to win in this league phase. Remember, the first 8 in this table will qualify automatically for the knockouts, 9 to 24 then go into the playoffs. If you finish 25 and below in the 36-team table, then you will be eliminated. You'd expect the English sides to at least qualify for the playoffs. Here is Salah, can't get past Carreras, and Carreras to Howson. He's just shown a glimpse of the ball low towards Wirtz. He's taken full advantage. Wirtz finds the cut back to Szoboszlai, tees up McAllister arriving inside the area. Couldn't keep his right-footed shot down into the cop. Listen to the noise, Stephen.
Yeah, just a little bit of overconfidence from Howson. He wasn't comfortable on the ball, and Wirtz did well just to nick in front, but then it's about the composure, pick the right pass, and Szoboszlai picks out McAllister. He's annoyed with himself. He slaps his thigh with disappointment because he knows that was a really good opportunity for Liverpool.
He's yet to score this season. He did score when these two sides met last November in the league phase, where Liverpool won by 2-0 with 2 second-half goals. And McAllister waiting to get his first of this season. 10 minutes played. Van Dijk turns back towards Mamardashvili. There was an ooh and an ah there from the crowd. That might have been a little bit closer than we would have looked or thought at this stage, as it drops towards Salah. Forward ball to Ekitike. Wirtz is with him if he can find him. He just couldn't get the ball out from underneath his feet. But Wirtz was almost alongside him to his left.
Yeah, it was just incredible touch by Salah though, Dano, at the start of it. And if that ball had just been a little bit longer, it'd have been maybe just through one goal.
Good game, isn't it?
It's superb, the tempo, the quality of the players on the ball under pressure as well. I mean, some of the players, they could take the ball in a phone box and take people on. And this guy especially can, Vinicius Junior.
Didn't keep the ball in play as he teetered down the touchline on this near side, the left. And that will be a throw to Liverpool as Xabi Alonso, very casually addressed, will know all about European nights. You're well versed. People say it's a cliche. This place comes alive in European nights.
Yeah, they save it for the big games. I mean, it's not being disrespectful to the smaller teams within the Premier League, but these are special nights.
Searching diagonal ball. Ekitike makes that run over towards that left-hand side. Enters the penalty area. Szoboszlai just outside the D. Lays it off towards McAllister. Left corner of the area. Robertson back towards McAllister. Gravenberch, the red and white scarves being swirled around the heads of the Liverpool supporters all across Anfield. We've been playing for 12 minutes here on 5 Live on Radio Merseyside. It remains goalless. Konate joins the attack inside the centre circle. Back it goes to Bradley. The Liverpool captain Van Dijk. Left of the centre circle now. Salah has stayed out wide this near side the right. They're playing from left to right as we look. Sporting are leading in Turin. Juventus, who incredibly are yet to win, only had 2 points so far, and Sporting have taken the lead there. Juventus 0, Sporting 1. And in the Championship, Derby County, with 3 straight wins, are leading Hull City by 1-0. Hull, who are unbeaten in 6, and Birmingham City have just taken the lead at home to Millwall by 1-0. Salah enters the penalty area, stopped by Howson, who clears the ball away. Now they look for the ball over the top. Liverpool.
Yeah, they want a free kick. Deno, Salah's got beyond Carreras, and then he's pulling at his shirt. Then he tries to get beyond the next player. Liverpool fans and the Liverpool staff are desperate for that free kick to be given.
Alvaro Carreras is 22 years of age. He scored his first goal against Valencia at the weekend. He was signed in the summer from Benfica for £43 million. He originally left Manchester United to go to Benfica on loan, then it became a permanent deal, and he made 52 appearances last season. He never made an appearance at Old Trafford when he was known as Alvaro Fernandez. But Carreras has got to certainly be watchful tonight with Salah, who scored his 250th goal for Liverpool at the weekend. But you would think that Arne Slot will be encouraged by the start that Liverpool have made.
Yeah, without question, Liverpool have been right on the front foot. They've pressed really well. They look compact as a unit. The only thing that really concerns me is Conor Bradley against Vinicius, because he's getting no help from Salah. Likewise on the other side, Vinicius Junior isn't helping his fullback out when Salah's 1v1.
And we've hardly mentioned the name of Mbappe, Stephen.
No, he's been really quiet, hasn't he? Here comes Ekitike just trying to latch onto a misplaced pass.
Back pass to Courtois, who gets it away, clears left-footed. Bradley heads it before Vinicius Junior can get there. Bellingham steps forward, gives it back towards Bradley. Gets away from Mbappe. And then it's with Van Dijk, who can now run forward over the halfway line through the centre circle. Robertson is out to his left. Instead he goes short and inside the other way towards Szoboszlai. Gravenberch just shuffles it short towards Bradley. Down then towards Mo Salah. And now Szoboszlai will take over in the centre circle. Nearly quarter of an hour played. Liverpool 0, Real Madrid 0. Szoboszlai spotted the forward run of Robertson. Flag stays down for the time being. Robertson back towards Szoboszlai. Bellingham is tracking him. The Hungarian international will play it back towards Andy Robertson. Back it goes down that far side. And now across towards Van Dijk. Controlled possession from Liverpool. As the ball is switched now to this near side, and it just goes away off the left boot of Salah and out for a Real Madrid throw.
Yeah, the passing's so much crisper from Liverpool. It was against Aston Villa on Saturday night, and that's been one of the big differences, is the speed in which they're moving the ball. The options that they have every time they pick the ball up, they understand where players are, what the system is. It's been impressive so far.
Carreras collects a ball that is switch of play from right to left. He now will make the run on the overlap of Vinicius Junior, who instead passes the ball forward to Mbappe. Mbappe drifts towards the left corner of the area. Vinicius Junior now has the ball at his feet. Back towards Mbappe, edge of the area. Bellingham, 30 yards out from goal, flicks it back. Tchouaméni, Carreras, Vinicius Junior comes in off that left touch line. Bradley back pedals, now approaches Vinicius Junior. Carreras will pass the ball towards Goulet. This is Tchouaméni, gets the ball back. Goulet, Turkish international, along the ground. Back out towards the left once again for Vinicius Junior. Still 0-0. Crosses the ball with the outside of the right foot. Blocked. Comes back towards Vinicius Junior, the Brazilian international. Now it's with Bellingham. Bellingham invites Militao. Thought he was going to shoot, then he still might shoot. Left-footed, did so. Blocked. Rebound. Tchouaméni, his header forward. Intercepted. Ball fed up towards Ekitike. And Wirtz has continued his run. Ekitike holds it up. Ekitike will shoot. Block comes in from Howson. Loose ball. McAllister challenged by Camavinga. Frenetic pace as Bellingham shrugs off the challenge of Szoboszlai. The referee has played the advantage. Now towards Mbappe. Forward ball towards Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior. Mbappe with a right-footed effort. Leans back. Couldn't keep it down. Goal kick, Jonathan Woodgate.
That's when Real Madrid are really good. When there's big spaces they have to travel into. They've got the pace of Vinicius Junior. Mbappe, and when Bellingham starts driving with the ball, they look really dangerous. Mbappe just didn't get his foot around the ball. He was aiming for the top corner.
Great pace to the game.
It's superb, it really is. I mean, Ekitike, I thought when he drove through the middle, I thought he chose the wrong option. The ball was to either Mohamed Salah or to Florian Wirtz. He's just making a little bit of a change here, Arne Slot. I'm just wondering whether he's getting Ekitike to play on Howson and Carreras in this right-hand side, the left of Real Madrid, just to give them a few more issues and play Szoboszlai a little bit higher up alongside, and Wirtz is just drifting inside off that left and almost becoming the second striker.
Olympiacos, who are yet to win in the league phase, are leading PSV by 1-0 in Piraeus. That'll be take them to 4 points. They've only had 1 point so far. There's been another goal at Oxford. Emily Herbert.
Yeah, Stoke double their lead. Oxford 0, Stoke 2. It's a corner kick, swung in, and there was Nzonzi, a rocket into the roof of the net, inside the 6-yard box. Oxford 0, Stoke 2.
No longer goalless at Tottenham. John Southall.
Tottenham have the lead. Tottenham 1, Copenhagen 0. Brennan Johnson back in the side on the right-hand side. The keeper came out, misjudged it. Johnson skipped round him and tucked it in. Tottenham 1, Copenhagen 0.
That's live on Sports Extra. 0-0 here at Anfield. Bradley heads it forward to Salah again, an outrageous touch, but Bellingham runs back and takes it away off his toes to dispossess him. 18 minutes played. Here is Bellingham, left of the centre circle, across towards Camavinga. Camavinga will play it back towards Bellingham. Just popped up a little bit there from Bellingham, but Camavinga has run it out towards Valverde. Drops the shoulder as Bellingham gives himself a bit of space as a result over on that right-hand side, just inside the Liverpool half. And now it is with Howson, the central defender, who they signed from Bournemouth for €62.5 million and a 5-year deal after that one season that he had on the South Coast. 36 appearances and 3 goals during his time for Bournemouth, and there were a lot of suitors after him as well. He's still only 20 years of age, as here he is now coming forward for Real Madrid, out towards Vinicius Junior. Carreras has gone on the run ahead of him on this near side, the left. Ball goes in field, Mbappe back towards Howson. Carreras once again. What is interesting is that there is no focal point to put any pressure on the 2 central defenders from Real Madrid, is there?
No, it's the way Bellingham and Mbappe play. They play so deep, and then it's a difficult one, though, and Woody can probably tell you more about how difficult it is for centre-backs when you're not actually marking anyone as well. And do we go in, do we stay, do we just let the midfield deal with that situation? It's a real sort of game of cat and mouse.
Yeah, they're really looking to overload that midfield area. You can see when they're dropping deep, but that's when it comes out to the communication of the centre-backs to the centre midfielders. Talking right shoulder, left shoulder, they've got to know where they are every single time.
But what do you do, though, with Mbappe? You talk about communication. Do you keep your shape?
Yeah, you have to keep your shape, because then you get dragged out, and then once the centre-half gets dragged out of that position, someone's going to run in behind.
Jonathan Woodgate and Stephen Warnock, 20 minutes in, with us live on BBC Radio 5 Live. As 20 minutes pass, once again, Anfield rises to its feet to acknowledge Diogo Jota. As Howson comes forward, his name reverberates around this famous stadium, and rather poignantly as well, the Real Madrid supporters are joining in the chant for Diogo Jota. It is always so emotional.
It's very emotional, it is, and it's a lovely gesture. I spoke about it in the past, saying that it's just the lull after it that sometimes comes, where you can almost sense that the players are hearing that song, and it's the player that they've lost, almost like a family member to them.
I have to say, that's a touch of class from the Real Madrid travelling support.
2 historic, real classy clubs.
In fact, it's noticeable that there's Liverpool supporters here in the main stand who are turning to acknowledge and applaud the Real Madrid fans away to their left in the Anfield Road end. 0-0. And Real Madrid have been awarded a free kick, which is 10 yards forward of the centre circle. Spurs, remember, lead Copenhagen by a goal to 0. Goulet, diminutive, dark-haired Turkish international, stands over the free kick. Liverpool, with the exception of Salah, have got everybody in and around their penalty area. Goulet goes long, looks towards Howson, over his head, safely out for a goal kick.
Strange decision. Why are you going for Howson when it's Van Dijk marking him? Liverpool's strongest header of the ball, and you're trying to put it into an area where you're asking him to compete with Van Dijk. It was such a difficult free kick to execute.
Just feels as if the pace of the game for the first time, what are we, 22 minutes in, has just dropped.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but that's understandable with the pace that the game has been travelling at. But one thing you will say is that with the talent on show in this game, it'll get injected any second.
Here is Bradley, and the injection comes from the Northern Ireland international, who's brought to the ground by Vinicius Junior. And Vinicius Junior is going to get a yellow card. First booking of the night, Jonathan.
Yeah, it's lazy from Vinicius Junior. Doesn't really want to track Conor Bradley. When Conor Bradley gallops forward, he's difficult to catch, and Vinicius Junior has to just bring him down. It was good hold-up play by Salah originally, who brought Conor Bradley into play. And Vinicius just brought him down.
I love it when wingers moan about the challenges they've just made and why they've been booked. Yet if it was the other way round, they're the first ones to moan and saying, why are you not booking him? I mean, it's a clear yellow card.
There speaks a fullback.
Absolutely.
Szoboszlai carefully places this ball down.
I didn't run past many, though.
I don't believe that. Szoboszlai waits for this free kick. We are just over 25 yards out, and there is a A line of white shirts on the edge of the penalty area for Real Madrid. Courtois is poised. Szoboszlai lifts his left arm aloft. Right foot comes in now. Konate with a header back comes off the right foot of Valverde. Konate should keep that ball in play, but he's quite happy to let it run out of play for a throw to Liverpool on that far side, the left. 24 minutes played. Liverpool try to keep the momentum going. From the throw, Gravenberch towards Van Dijk. Van Dijk will wait. Real Madrid have got everybody back behind the ball. Out towards that left-hand side to Gravenberch. Van Dijk now on the halfway line. Hits it forward, looking to try and get Salah around the back of Carreras. Will he keep the ball in play? No, he won't. Another goal, Paris Saint-Germain. Bayern, Conor McNamara.
Yes, Paris Saint-Germain, who thought they were back on level terms. However, Ousmane Dembele's equaliser has been disallowed after VAR review because he was offside. So Bayern Munich will still hold their goal advantage, scored by Luis Diaz after just 3 minutes and 22 seconds. PSG 0, Bayern Munich 1.
Remember, Arsenal earlier beat Slavia Prague in our first commentary by 3-0. 8 successive clean sheets now for Mikel Arteta's side. So they've got 4 wins out of 4, 12 points. Napoli 0, Eintracht Frankfurt 0 was the other result in the early game. And Liverpool, who started this latest set of fixtures just outside the top 8 in 10th position, drawing 0-0 against Real Madrid, one of those 5 sides with a winning start to this league phase. Camavinga, dispossessed. Wirtz into the penalty area. Valverde, though, gets there.
It's been blocked. McAllister blocked off by the referee, went to close down, and then the pressing just breaks down.
Arne Slot has a word with the 4th official. Mbappe to Vinicius Junior, left-hand side. Vinicius Junior. He's got to get past 2 red shirts. Carreras joins the attack. Bradley made the challenge. And the ball given away by Szoboszlai to Tchouaméni. Mbappe with his back to goal. Now Vinicius Junior once again. Vinicius Junior waits, doesn't deliver the cross. Carreras, 26 minutes in. Liverpool have got everybody back now defending. It remains 0-0 here on 5 Live. Goulart is happy to let the ball bypass him. Howson towards Militao. Valverde is his option, the right back. Howson now drops back inside the centre circle. Szoboszlai stops to get some verbal instructions across towards Wirtz as the ball went towards him. Now it is with Goulart at a walking pace for Real Madrid. Tchouaméni, Militao. Mbappe just wanders in between the 2 central defenders as the shot comes in from Tchouaméni, and it goes wide and a goal kick.
That's what they're looking for, Madrid. Especially when Liverpool are defending deep, they're looking for little gaps, to pull players out of the positions. Someone comes in, then someone runs in behind, and that's when they get the opportunities from.
Goal at Coventry, Sani Rudavangelo.
Coventry 0, Sheffield United 1. Sam McCullum against his old side, flick on from a corner, and there he was to stab home. Coventry 0, Sheffield United 1.
Liverpool breaking. Wirtz picks up a loose ball, right hand side. Szoboszlai's in the penalty area. Here's Szoboszlai. What a save by Courtois. Courtois quickly off his goal line with a block save. He was lightning off that goal line. 0-0.
Oh, what a save from Courtois. Absolutely incredible. You're just thinking it's a simple tap-in for Szoboszlai. He's now looking at the sky, Szoboszlai, saying, how? But why it's happened is because Courtois is one of the best goalkeepers in the world, if not the best goalkeeper in the world. It's moments where he just comes up with crucial saves. He's so key to this Real Madrid team, and he has been for many years. The weight on the pass from Florian Wirtz was absolutely spot on, but Courtois so quick off his line to close that angle down. Incredible save.
And he spread himself, didn't he? Made himself so big.
Yeah, he did, and it was a strong right hand just to push the ball away.
Liverpool have a free kick. We'll get the thoughts of Jonathan Woodgate on that save from Courtois. Meanwhile, in comes the free kick from the left. It's a looping header from Van Dijk. You're thinking it's a certain goal.
Yeah, you do, but you don't realise how many times he's pulled them out of that situation when he's made incredible saves. It was the same in the Real Madrid-Barcelona game the other day. He makes massive saves in massive moments of the game. That was a huge save, one of the best you'll see.
Well, when he left Chelsea for Real Madrid in 2018, since then, he's kept 120 clean sheets in 302 appearances. Although he's testing the patience of the Liverpool supporters by the time he's taking this goal kick that he strikes away downfield. We're approaching the half-hour mark here at Anfield on 5 Live, and it remains 0-0. And Liverpool have a throw. Thing is, as well, the game has been a quality game, and yet chances have been few and far between. I'm thinking of the Mbappe effort that was off target, and then that save then. And yet, you still can't take your eye off it.
No, you can't, because you just know the quality, but there's quality at both ends of the pitch, both attacking and defensive.
Ekitike goes forward, he barges Militao with a feral shoulder barge. Courtois again with anticipation was out of his penalty area and managed to head it away. Here is Ekitike towards Salah. Salah flicks it back, Szoboszlai's shot charged down. They're appealing for handball. The referee though has given a direct free kick. He spotted the handball, but it's a direct free kick outside the area.
Yeah, Liverpool fans think it's a penalty, but it's absolutely not. It was outside the area. But one thing I'll say, Deno, is the way that Real Madrid play, Howson goes in so far into midfield that it leaves Ekitike in a 1v1 situation. If Liverpool can pop it round the corner very, very quickly, Ekitike's in a 1v1 situation all the time.
I think it was Camavinga, wasn't it, who just tried to throw himself towards it.
This will be VAR, you know, it's in the area. That's a penalty.
Tchouaméni.
It's a penalty.
Yeah.
Tchouaméni.
It looks like it's in the area.
What is it? What can he do in that situation?
I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't understand what he can do with his arms in that situation. It's difficult to put him behind your back when your body's taking your arms one way. It's like, I don't get the decision if it ends up being a penalty.
The thing is, though, if this is now judged that he is in the area, the referee has already given the free kick. So there's no question about whether it's handball or not in the referee's eyes. It's as whether Tchouaméni, when it is inside the area.
Yeah, I mean, he can overrule it, can't he? He can look at it again and maybe decide that maybe I've got that wrong. But the way that they referee in the Champions League and the way that they like to do things, I think this will be given.
Birmingham City have got a second goal at home to Millwall. So we wait. It's actually a Romanian referee, but a German VAR official, Bastian Dankert, who'll be having a look at it. And so Istvan Kovacs is now just got his hand to his right ear.
I don't know what he's supposed to do with his arms in that situation. Common sense has to prevail, surely.
The thing is, as Stephen has said, in UEFA they are so hot on instances like that. I remember he's going to come across towards the monitor here. Istvan Kovacs has been told to have a look at the monitor, and we always tend to know what that means when a referee has been instructed. As the Liverpool substitutes who've been warming up also want to have a look as well at the images that Istvan Kovacs is looking at. The Real Madrid players are also wanting to have a look, and now the fourth official, who is Marcel Bursan, is telling them to go away. If that was awarded against you, would you feel hard done by?
Yeah, absolutely I would, because you're trying to throw your body into it. The arms aren't necessarily too far out. I don't think it's a penalty personally, but I think the referee will give it.
You're also thinking close proximity, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Let's see what he's decided to do. No penalty.
Oh.
No penalty.
Good decision.
Right call for me. Right call.
Istvan Kovacs, after being instructed by Bastian Dankert, says that it is not a penalty, and therefore now he will give a drop ball to Real Madrid. You believe it's the right decision too?
Yeah, I believe it's the right decision. I'm not sure what he can do with his arms in that situation, Deno. Playing as a defender, it's really difficult to get your arms out of the way in that situation.
I've got to say, I would think that would have been very, very harsh.
Oh, it would have been so harsh. What you can't do as a defender is that you can't put your arm out and make yourself bigger. He doesn't try and make himself any bigger at all.
Van Dijk gets it away. So it remains 0-0 and we're back underway. 12 minutes to go to half-time. Radio Merseyside taking in the commentary here on 5 Live Sport tonight. We're also live on the BBC Sounds app. And it is 0-0 between Liverpool and Real Madrid. Incidentally, Arne Slot is yet to take charge of Liverpool in a game that has ended goalless in his 72 matches as the Liverpool manager. Everyone talks about Postecoglou, whose run that went over 100 games without a goalless draw. Arne Slot, slowly but surely, is approaching a century of games too. Penalty at Leicester, Charlie Slater.
Jordan Ayew stood over the ball for Leicester City after Hayden Hackney was judged to have handled it. Here comes Ayew, it's a goal. Leicester 1, Middlesbrough 0 right at the end of the first half.
Leicester, who've lost their last 3 on the spin. Bristol City have fallen behind to Blackburn Rovers by 1-0. Blackburn looking for a 3rd straight win. And Juventus have equalised at home to Sporting in the Champions League. Juventus 1, Sporting 1.
I like this referee, Deno. He's just walked over to Carreras in the left-back position, who's moaning, saying that Liverpool players should be getting booked. And he said, I'll referee this game. You just play your game. He's quite a presence as well, the referee.
Well, he's lucky that Carreras didn't get a yellow card for being so bold to do that. Absolutely. To the referee. Gary Flintoff, our producer, has posed a question. Do you think that penalty would have been overturned in the Bernabeu? Here is McAllister, who wins the ball. Now it's with Gravenberch. Gravenberch waits for the run of Bradley. Bradley with the cross and an outstretched leg by Tchouaméni. Headed away by Carreras. Further headed away by Tchouaméni. Only as far as McAllister. Back heels the ball to Szoboszlai. Robertson joins the attack left-hand side. Back towards Szoboszlai. All in red, playing from left to right. 10 minutes to go to the break. Here is McAllister once again. Every white shirt bar Mbappe's behind the ball. Tight, intricate passing between Wirtz and Ekitike. And Ekitike almost into the penalty area. But there was Militao. I could ask a secondary question. Would it have been awarded in the Bernabeu?
I think if it was this referee, I don't think he'd have given it. I think he's strong enough. I think he's a really good referee.
You played there?
No, I'll second that. To be fair, I got sent off there, didn't I, on my debut, so what an absolute nightmare that was. I could have done with that referee in my debut game. Get it overturned, Deno.
The referee wouldn't have helped you with the own goal though, would he?
No.
Here is Salah. I wasn't going to mention that until you did. Here is Salah coming forward now. Tries to pass the ball towards Wirtz, but there was Valverde tucked in and gets the clearance. Bradley, Liverpool have picked it back up. 9 minutes to go to half-time, 0-0. Here is Bradley. Szoboszlai on the inside. Szoboszlai shoots low! Courtois makes the save low to his right.
They're just full of energy, Liverpool. They're on the front foot. They're winning balls, but every time they go forward, there's passes, there's runners, there's movement from the Liverpool players. This is completely different to what we've seen in recent weeks from this Liverpool team. But that epitomises everything. The press from the front has been exceptional from Liverpool.
And Arne Slot, he praised the crowd for their reaction and the way that they generated the atmosphere against Aston Villa at the weekend. The Liverpool players, you've played here, you can't help but feed off this energy.
No, you can't, and it's infectious. It's exactly what you want. Every home crowd's the same. The Bernabeu will be the same for the Real Madrid players. It's creating a difficult and a hostile environment to play in.
As an away team coming here, as an away player coming here, it's an absolute nightmare, especially when a goal goes in. I played here for Middlesbrough against Liverpool, and Gerrard put one in, top corner. Atmosphere was unbelievable.
Ekitike able to turn and then just couldn't find the pass to either Gravenberch to his left or Wirtz to his right, and it's picked up by Courtois.
The one pass away, Liverpool, and it sounds really daft, but if they get that one last pass through, they're in at goal very comfortably because of the way that the two centre-halves play. Tchouaméni drops into that centre-back position. Because he's not a centre-back, he ball watches, he doesn't see runners around him, so there's a real opportunity for Liverpool if they pick it up, which they have, because they're trying to find that route in. They'll cause Real Madrid so many problems.
Ball goes, no. I thought it was going to go on play. Goulet is dispossessed. Robertson. Goulet's into the penalty area. Goulet, Robertson tries to recover. The referee says he got the ball. He had a great view of that as well. Real Madrid were looking for a penalty. What a well-timed challenge that was from Andrew Robertson. And Liverpool will try and bring the ball clear as we go to Paris Saint-Germain, Bayern, Conor McNamara.
And it's now Paris Saint-Germain 0, Bayern Munich 2. Luis Diaz has scored again. Marquinhos' error this time, completely switched off. Could have been even better for Bayern. Serge Gnabry hit both posts with one shot, and Dembele has gone off injured. So the reigning champions are feeling the pinch. Paris Saint-Germain 0, Bayern Munich 2.
Have either of you had a chance to look at that challenge from Robertson?
Yeah,
again?
really good tackle. Timing was perfect. Just didn't dive in, just waited for the ball to come available. Lovely tackle by Robertson.
Mbappe is being held by Konate. Half-time at Oxford, Emily Herbert.
Oxford 0, Stoke 2. Stoke in cruise control at the break. Baker tapped in a rebound inside 10 minutes before Nzonzi rifled one into the roof of the net from a corner. Stoke up to second for now, a point off Coventry. Half-time, Oxford 0, Stoke 2.
And that's because of this scoreline at Leicester. Charlie.
Leicester 1, Borough 0 from a nothing first half. Leicester score a penalty in stoppage time. Hackney handled the ball very close to being outside the box. Borough furious. Leicester didn't care. RU slotted home 1-0 at the break.
Mbappe goes for Real Madrid. Vinicius Junior to his left, enters the area. Vinicius Junior stumbles, then throws himself to the floor. Now hold on. Vinicius Junior's been booked. If you're diving, you can understand the frustration of the Liverpool players.
That's embarrassing.
Because
that is absolutely horrendous what he's just done. I mean, how he's not booking him. I take back what I said about the ref. Be strong, because that is shocking what's just happened there.
Yeah, but there's catching someone in the face and catching him in the face. That's just like a little brush. There's no need to go down. It's ridiculous by Vinicius Junior.
Well, here is Vinicius Junior once again, pantomime villain being booed. Konate comes across towards him, stands over the cross. Van Dijk stands firm to head the ball away. 5 minutes to go to half-time. Liverpool 0, Real Madrid 0. Ball goes away from Florian Wirtz, away on that far side. Atletico Madrid lead Union Saint-Gilloise by 1-0. Elsewhere in the Champions League, who's just had the big chance at Tottenham, John Southall?
Tottenham have, they should be 2 up. Tottenham 1, Copenhagen 0. Kolo Muani, what a chance it was, 7 yards out, somehow put it wide of the left-hand post. He still looks for his first Tottenham goal. Tottenham 1, Copenhagen 0.
4 minutes to go to the break, 5 live here at Anfield. Stephen.
Yeah, they've mixed the game up really well, Liverpool here. When Real Madrid are looking to press, they're spinning the ball in behind, and because of Ekitike's pace, they have got an outlet, and Real Madrid are really struggling with it, but this is a great ball.
Two runners go through the middle, Goulet and Mbappe. And as he tried to almost cushion the ball into the path of Mbappe, he was looking for a handball.
Why is he doing that? Why is he trying to pass? Just take the touch and take a shot at goal. He was in on goal at Liverpool there. Konate had lost the flight of the ball.
He was the more central of the two players as well, because Mbappe was running through the inside right channel.
He just ran off the back of Gravenberg. He lost it where he was. He thought Konate was going to go with him. All he had to do was take a touch, and he could have finished it quite easily.
This is Wirtz, who is down at the moment. He's back to his feet, gets a consoling rub on the back of the head by Jude Bellingham. And tomorrow we'll be commentating on Job rather than Jude for Manchester City against Dortmund at 8, after we've brought you another Champions League game, Karabakh against Chelsea at 5:45. So another double bill of Champions League football tomorrow. In fact, when I said this is the second of 7 games in Europe across the 5 Live Sport network, with Tottenham on Live Sports Extra, it will be 8 games. So 8 games in Europe and then 8 in the Premier League this weekend. 3 minutes to go to the break. Often said that maths was never my strong point. Here is Robertson to Bradley. Szoboszlai gives it back to the Northern Ireland international in the centre circle, and then Liverpool go back all the way to Mamardashvili. I don't think he's had to make a save yet, has he, Mamardashvili?
No, he hasn't. No, he's been a bit of a spectator. Oh, what a touch that is.
Ekitike with a downward header to Szoboszlai, gets it back, Szoboszlai shoots! What a save by Courtois!
What a save.
Oh my word! Full stretch away to his right, and such a strong right hand.
Oh, he's kept them in the game again. Szoboszlai, what a strike, going in the far right corner. Courtois, long rangy right arm, comes to the rescue again in Real Madrid.
Szoboszlai, he'll have nightmares about Courtois tonight. That's twice he's denied him. That was a rocket as well, that was travelling.
Yeah, and it's behind 2 players as well, so he's unsighted. He's just looking for the flight of the ball, but the position, he's 4 or 5 yards off his line. It just makes the goal a little bit smaller, makes it easier to make the save, but take nothing away from the save. It's phenomenal, the agility, the strength of the arm to push it round the corner.
Liverpool still at 0-0 against Real Madrid, have a corner kick far side the left, in towards the near post. I think it was Militao who got the ball away in a crowded penalty area. Gravenberg towards Bradley, hoists it high. The rain might have stopped, but it remains still breezy. Militao's header towards Mbappe. Gravenberg was back there to help out. Van Dijk challenges Bellingham goes to the ground. Real Madrid want to take a quick free kick. Howson, though, will leave it for Tchouaméni to take it, and we've got just over 60 seconds remaining.
Tell you, when Liverpool get in the shape, they look really, really comfortable. Madrid are really struggling to play through them. That's why at times Liverpool really need to concentrate on them counter-attacks when they come, because they'll come quick, and that's what they need to be prepared for.
Two sides who are yet to win in this league phase of the Champions League are meeting each other in the inside the Arctic Circle. Bodo Glimt 0, Monaco 1 is a latest score, as Real Madrid with a diagonal searching ball to Vinicius Junior finds Bellingham in space. Bellingham goes away from Konate, saved by Mamardashvili with his legs at his near post. Loose ball picked up by Vinicius Junior on the left. Bradley again stands in front of him. Vinicius Junior passes the ball towards Goulet, hits it first time left-footed on the rise, saved around head height by Mamardashvili.
Yeah, there's the moments of brilliance from Real Madrid, finding players in space. Bellingham now is wondering how he didn't score, but Mamardashvili with a smart save with his feet probably just didn't send the ball wide enough into the far corner. He went near post and it was probably a little bit too easy for Mamardashvili to save, but really positive play from Real Madrid.
We're going to find out how much added on time we've got here in this first half, as the fourth official just battles away with his electronic board. And it's going to be 2 minutes, 2 additional minutes of what has been a captivating contest here on BBC Radio 5 Live and also live on Radio Merseyside. Bellingham trots forward. Vinicius Junior, Carreras, the left back, has gone up with him. Instead, they go infield. Tchouaméni look towards finding Mbappe. Mbappe, incidentally, only twice has he failed to score in 17 games this season for club and country. He scored 21 goals for Real Madrid and for France this season. But there'll be many people inside this record crowd for a European game at Anfield who'll be not wanting this action to end, Jonathan.
No, it's been really good. It's been pulsating at times. I think the shapes of both teams.
Howson has just threw himself in. Wouldn't we say, oh, it's a yellow. He has clattered Ekitike.
We'll probably have a look at that again, you know.
There was a forceful challenge, wasn't it, from the former Bournemouth man? Dean Howson has actually been sent off twice already in his Real Madrid career.
There's nothing too much wrong with it. Yes, it's a yellow card. It's probably quite forceful, but it's not high. It's on the foot of Ekitike. It'll be sore for Ekitike, but now you've got a centre-back on a booking, and it's one that wants to step into midfield. Draw the fouls in, make sure you get him another yellow card.
Second player to be booked for Real Madrid. From the free kick, Wirtz, infield to McAllister. McAllister shoots, Courtois makes the save again. Came through a crowd of bodies. Robertson now fires over the cross, Howson is there. But Courtois was low down, sharply and smartly to his right-hand side. McAllister to Gravenberch. With his back to goal, and the referee blows his half-time whistle. Liverpool 0, Real Madrid 0. Courtois has made 3 excellent saves, and Bellingham was denied by Mamardashvili. Your thoughts, Stephen?
Yeah, well, a couple of weeks ago against Juventus at the Bernabeu, he was the standout player, Courtois, and Real Madrid went on to win that game with a moment of quality in the game. And you just get that feeling now that he's kept them in it. They're dangerous players from Real Madrid's point of view, but this is a different team to Juventus. This is Liverpool on the front foot, creating opportunities. They look comfortable out of possession, Liverpool. They look organised, which they haven't been of late. But this has been just a brilliant encounter.
Really good. Both teams have pressed really good. The shape of both teams. It's been difficult for Madrid to play through. Liverpool have been really solid. There's been no gaps. But when Liverpool had opportunities, Courtois made some outstanding saves. I can't wait for the second half to get underway.
You'll be able to see it for yourself. Match of the day highlights, BBC One tomorrow at 10:40. Atletico Madrid lead Union Saint-Gilloise by 2-0. But half-time here at Anfield, Liverpool 0, Real Madrid 0.
although far be it from me to correct Ian, but just as he was giving that second Atletico Madrid goal was ruled out.
I've just amended my little crib sheet.
Atletico Madrid is still leading as it was by a 1-0 at the moment. Liverpool have been the better side, Stephen.
Yeah, they have. They've created opportunities. I think there was a feeling of, was it just one game against Aston Villa? Was it a team that didn't perform against them? Why Liverpool played so well? Well, it hasn't been that at all, because Real Madrid are a very good team. They've created a couple of opportunities themselves, which will sort of worry and give a few concerns to Arne Slot and his staff and his team. But on a whole, Liverpool have been outstanding. It's just that final pass, that final shot at goal. But when they've got Courtois in goal and making outstanding saves like he has, sometimes that's the way it goes.
Well, that last Champions League match of the day that we did, Stephen, when we had Guillaume Balaguer on, didn't we? And he's going to come on a little bit later, saying that, you know, Thibaut Courtois kind of feels affronted that he sort of doesn't get necessarily the recognition at times he deserves for being probably the best goalkeeper in the world.
Yeah, I think Guillaume was saying, wasn't he, that he put a sort of a poll out on social media to say who was the better goalkeeper, Alisson or Courtois, and Alisson won it quite comfortably. And then after the game, he got man of the match and was brilliant. And then he messaged back and messaged Guillaume and said, "The Liverpool fans respect me now," or something along them lines. And you think, he's a very confident goalkeeper. He knows his capabilities, and so do the Real Madrid team, but also so do Liverpool fans tonight, because it's been a hell of a performance so far.
The Real Madrid threat, Jonathan, only really came in the last sort of 5, 6, 7 minutes, didn't it?
Yeah, Liverpool have really nullified the threat, really. Mbappe hasn't really gotten behind them. Bellingham hasn't made many runs directly at the Liverpool defence. Vinicius Junior has been a threat, but do you know what? Conor Bradley's managed them all right. He's got Gravenberch coming over to try and help. But yeah, they've really struggled, but the shape of the Liverpool team has been really, really good, disciplined. There's no big gaps for Madrid to exploit. So yeah, done
Jonathan,
really well.
Stephen, Ian, back for the second half. Lewis Baker's got his second of the night for Stoke. They are very comfortable indeed, Emily.
Yeah, it's 3 for Stoke, Oxford 0, Stoke 3. Baker, as you say, with his second of the game, on the counter again, offload from the right, into the box, and there he was to slide home. 49 minutes in, Oxford 0, Stoke 3.
Let me give you the other scores in the 7:45s in the Championship, because most of them are back underway. Birmingham are 2-0 up on Millwall. Bristol City trail at home to Blackburn by 1-0. Charlton and West Brom are goalless. Derby are 1 up on Hull. Ipswich 1, Watford 1. Leicester lead Middlesbrough by 1-0. Half-time at Coventry, where Sheffield United lead. We'll go there shortly. Let's go back to the Champions League. Earlier, remember, Arsenal winning 3-0 away to Slavia Prague. The other half of North London in action this evening. John Southall.
And Tottenham lead Copenhagen by 1-0 at half-time. It's 1-0. It should be 3. Randall Kolo Muani missed 2 great chances in the final 5 minutes of the half. The first, 8 yards out, put it wide. Then right on half-time, Simon's cross from the right-hand side. There he was. It was on a plate, 5 yards out, unmarked. Headed it over. Horrible miss. The goal, though, on 19 minutes. Copenhagen gave the ball away. Bentancur found Simons, who played in Brennan Johnson on the right-hand side. The keeper came flying out, misjudged it. Johnson skipped round him and tucked it in from a tight angle. Good finish, that 4th of the season. Copenhagen have offered next to nothing, but it is only 1-0. Tottenham 1, Copenhagen 0.
One game in League One this evening. They're into the second half there, and Kyron Lofthouse has just put Burton ahead at Rotherham. Rotherham 0, Burton 1. Back to the Champions League, where they are still playing in the first half between Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern. And Conor McNamara, one Bayern player, has been in the absolute thick of it this first half.
He has. Right, it is not half-time yet. It is Paris Saint-Germain 0, Bayern Munich 2. And for 45 minutes, this was an almost perfect first half for Vincent Kompany. But a late and very significant twist in this tale, because Luis Diaz, who has scored both goals in the game, has been sent off. A straight red card after VAR review. The on-field decision was yellow. It was a challenge from behind. It was a tricky one, and they looked at it for a long, long time, whether there was that scissors motion to make it serious foul play. Anyway, the red card has been shown. So yes, Bayern Munich have the 2-goal lead, but they've got to play the rest of this game with just 10 men. So 2 goals for the Colombian Luis Diaz, but a red card for him as well. Paris Saint-Germain 0, Bayern Munich 2.
Goals flying in the Championship at the moment. Birmingham now 3 up at home to Millwall. Alex Cochrane has got that, and Hull have equalised at Derby through Joel Ndala. Derby 1, Hull 1. Half-time, as I say, at Coventry, and the leaders are behind. Sani Rajavajula.
They are. Coventry 0, Sheffield United 1. The goal on 25, Sam McCullum bundling in after a flick from a corner from 5 Live Sports' own Ben Mee, and he is the difference at the moment. And Sheffield United, remember, starting the game third from bottom, actually looking very good value against a side who were unbeaten until defeat at the weekend against Wrexham. Hadji Wright with a header in first half stoppage time, the closest Coventry have come, expecting a changed lineup, perhaps a bit more energy from Coventry in the second half. Half time, Coventry 0, Sheffield United 1.
In the National League, Morecambe have equalised at Hartlepool. Hartlepool 1, Morecambe 1. Elsewhere, Borehamwood 1, Aldershot 0. Carlisle 1, Halifax 0. Goalless between Yeovil and Wealdstone. Back to the Champions League. Let's go through the rest of the 8 o'clocks with John Bennett and Juventus. I've got a fight on their hands at Sporting.
They are looking
at home to Sporting.
They're looking really nervy, Mark. Juventus won, Sporting won. So it's Luciano Spalletti's first Champions League game in charge of the club. They've only got 2 points going into this game. They went behind Max Araujo with his first of the season, the left-back firing in with his left foot. Sporting then hit the bar, but Dusan Vlahovic did equalise, sliding in. So that's a big goal for Juventus. Atletico Madrid were under a bit of pressure as well. Just 1 win so far, but they are 1-0 up against Union Saint-Gilloise. Julian Alvarez with the goal, flicked the ball up, then volleyed it in. Antoine Griezmann had a goal disallowed just before half-time. Olympiacos 1, PSV 0. Goal of the night from Gelson Martins. Really thunderous shot into the back of the net. And Monaco with a late goal just before half-time. They're 1-0 up against Bodo Glimt. It's Balogun with the goal. They're yet to win in this season's Champions League, Monaco.
Paris Saint-Germain, the holders, do trail at the break. They're 2-0 down at home to Bayern. Luis Diaz got both of the goals and has been sent off on the stroke of half-time. So Paris Saint-Germain 2 down, but Bayern are a man down. We'll hear from Mikel Arteta after Arsenal's 3-0 win at Slavia Prague. Earlier, after the BBC News at 4 minutes to 9.
The voice of the UK.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
And with the BBC News on 5 Live, I'm Dan Maudsley. The Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, has tried to prepare voters for her budget later this month by giving her strongest hint yet that taxes will rise. In an unusual pre-budget speech from Downing Street, Ms Reeves refused to rule out a U-turn on Labour's manifesto pledge not to raise income tax, VAT or national insurance, and said everyone must do their bit to contribute. The leader of the Green Party, Zach Polanski, said Rachel Reeves' speech was panicked.
It's only right that some of the wealthiest people in this country pay a little bit more from their wealth. But what we see far too often with this Labour government is so-called tricky decisions or tough decisions. Why are those tough decisions always for people in poverty, for disabled people, for migrants? And once again, it felt like in her speech today, she's laying out the carpet to make some more so-called tough decisions.
The brother of the teenager Axel Raducabana, who killed 3 young girls in Southport, has told the public inquiry into the attack that he feared he would kill a member of their family. Giving evidence remotely, Dion Raducabana said their parents had lost control of his sibling 5 years before the atrocity. Voting is underway in the United States in a series of closely watched elections. In New York City, the left-wing Democratic candidate Zohran Mamdani is standing for mayor. President Trump has branded the frontrunner a communist and endorsed one of his own long-time critics, Andrew Cuomo, who's standing as an independent. Mr. Trump has threatened to withhold federal funding from New York if the Democrat wins. This was Mr. Mamdani's reaction.
I will treat his threats as they deserve to be treated, which are the words of a president and not necessarily the law of the land. And too often we treat anything that he says by virtue of who's saying it as if it is already that law.
And a committee of MPs has written to the BBC's chairman demanding information about the way a speech by Donald Trump was edited in an episode of Panorama. Concerns have been raised after a report claimed viewers were misled by the programme, which edited Mr. Trump's speech to make him appear to explicitly encourage the riot on Capitol Hill in January 2021.
On BBC iPlayer,
these dastardly traitors.
19 celebrities entered the traitor's castle.
I am a favourite.
But now, only 5 remain.
It's so close to the wire now.
I do feel changed by it.
I'm scared. Everyone's so vigilant.
It all comes down to this.
I can try and pull the rug from under their feet. Sorry, traitors. I'm coming for you.
The Celebrity Traitors Final. Thursday night at 9 on BBC One and iPlayer.
This is 5 Live Sports, the Champions League with Mark Chapman.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
Goalless at Anfield at the break. We'll be back with Ian Dennis shortly. Earlier, Arsenal continued their perfect start in the Champions League. They won 3-0 away to Slavia Prague. Here's Mikel Arteta.
Well, I'm very happy, obviously, with the win, 4 in a row without conceding a goal. A really tough place to come. I told the boys, the game that we had to expect, a team that is super intense, very direct, man-to-man. So very short sequences of play, a lot of fouls, a lot of restarts, very difficult to get any fluency in the match. But if we were patient and emotionally controlled, we're going to have our chances and the way they set up. And we did that. I think the margin was, at the end, it looked comfortable, but I don't think it was a comfortable match at all. And not only the win, but as well the fact that we have some players that they haven't played much performing really well. Mikel stepping up as a 9 and scoring 2 goals. Mike's making his debut and probably the youngest ever. Probably what he's done on the pitch, that he comes in, the first ball he takes people on, starts to dribble, gets a foul. That's personality, that's courage, and that you cannot teach that. You have it or you don't, and it doesn't matter what his past process. You throw him in this context, and he's ready to adapt and have a good performance. So really happy with that.
Some other sports lines this evening. Away from the Champions League, England have drawn world champion Spain in their qualifying group for the 2027 Women's World Cup. Iceland and Ukraine are also in the group. Full details of the draw on the BBC Sport website and app. And Ben Stokes has extended his England central contract until the next home Ashes in 2027. He's one of 14 players who has signed on for 2 more years, including Joe Root, Harry Brook and Jofra Archer. Ball-by-ball coverage of the Ashes in Australia with the TMS team on Sports Extra starting on the 21st of November. So in the Champions League this evening at half-time, Atletico Madrid 1, Union Saint-Gilloise 0, Bodo Glimt 0, Monaco 1, Juventus 1, Sporting 1, Olympiacos 1, PSV 0, Paris Saint-Germain 0, 10-man Bayern 2, Luis Diaz with both of the goals, and then he was sent off on the stroke of half-time. They're ready to get underway at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Thomas Frank's side lead Copenhagen by a goal to 0. Brennan Johnson got that. You can listen to that on Sports Extra with Chris Coles and Curtis Davis. Here on 5 Live at Anfield, Liverpool 0, Real Madrid 0. The teams in the tunnel waited to come back out, so let's rejoin Stephen Warnock, Jonathan Woodgate and first of all Ian Dennis.
Are you only working part-time tonight?
Why?
The teams aren't even out on the tunnel. You've got more time.
I can see them in the tunnel.
As the presenter, I thought you might want to ask Stephen and Jonathan a question.
Chappers, to be fair, there's been a lot of talk at half-time about, obviously, the penalty, but there was a bigger talking point, and it was Deno discussing how he's been on a fasting diet. And if anyone in the BBC didn't know about it, and he hadn't told anyone, but he was trying to get Woody to buy into it as well, but Woody's having none of it.
Basically, he only misses breakfast.
He's been going on about his fasting diet for a very long time, and tonight's not the night to do the part-time thing because we've been on since 5:30.
That's true.
It's like a double show.
I'm now wishing I just hadn't brought it up because the two teams are out, and I don't think there's going to be any changes made from the two respective managers. Indeed, there's not. So Mamardashvili is in goal. Liverpool are in all red. They'll be defending the Kop and playing from right to left. with Mamardashvili, Bradley, Van Dijk, Konate and Robertson, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, McAllister, Salah, Ekitike and Wirtz. Real Madrid in all white, playing from left to right, attacking the Kop. Courtois in goal, Valverde, Howson, Militao, Carreras is the back four, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Goulet, Bellingham, Vinicius Junior and Kylian Mbappe. 0-0. And I mentioned that stat in the first half, that Arne Slot is yet to be involved in a goalless draw as a Liverpool manager in 72 games. Real Madrid, you have to go back 10 years since the last time they were involved in a goalless draw in the group stage league phase that ended 0-0. Paris Saint-Germain away in October 2015. So surely there has to be goals in this second period.
Well, you'd think so, but then if you've got a goalkeeper of Courtois' quality saving the efforts that Liverpool have created in such a manner, it's going to be difficult to get past him, and Mamardashvili's made a couple of smart saves himself.
Stephen Warnock and Jonathan Woodgate are with us. We're also live on BBC Radio Merseyside, and don't forget 5 Live final score is also available through the BBC iPlayer, the red button, or the BBC Sport website and app, where you can see the video printer as well as listen to the commentary. As Vinicius Junior, with a burst of speed, takes him away from Szoboszlai, but not Conor Bradley, who comes back at him to dispossess him, and then Szoboszlai picks up that ball and gives it to Gravenberch. And Salah infield off that far side, the right, finds McAllister. McAllister will run forward in these blustery conditions. Ekitike turns away from Tchouaméni. Gravenberch, man over is Salah on that far side, the right, and here is Salah as we sit low down in the main stand at Anfield. Salah delivers the cross, flick header away from Goulet. Corner kick to Liverpool. They started the first half, Jonathan, strongly, likewise in the second period.
Yeah, they started quick again, especially Szoboszlai setting the standard, Conor Bradley setting the standard, closing down Vinicius, but then they're getting balls into the box.
And in front of the travelling support, many of them decked out in white in that left-hand side of the bottom tier of the Anfield Road end. Liverpool have a corner kick. This should be an in-swinger. Right-footed. Oh, what a save by Courtois. The corner comes in from Wirtz, and that is a stunning reflex save. He's just somehow clawed it away.
It's phenomenal. It's outstanding from Courtois. Van Dijk's 4 yards out when he has the header. OK, it's at Courtois, but it's the reactions, the speed, the instinct. It's just incredible goalkeeping. Wow.
That was breathtaking, because it's a matter of yards away from him. He reacts so quickly with both hands. It's another corner kick and it remains 0-0. Courtois single-handedly is keeping Liverpool at bay. This will be an out-swinging corner from Szoboszlai on that far side, the right, and it comes now! Another fingertip save! Ekitike can't believe it. His header was goal-bound, but Courtois watched it and then turned and tipped it over the crossbar.
Full stretch again, Courtois. What a save. Right hand, just get a fingertip to it.
Corner taken short, and it comes again. Ekitike's header drops wide. Liverpool are knocking at the door. Incredible.
Yeah, they certainly are. The Ekitike one, where it's top corner, it's an incredible save. He gets a right arm over the top of his body and tips it over. This time when the header comes in from Ekitike, he wouldn't have saved it, Courtois. He was pinned to the ground. He looked and just hoped it'd go past his post, and it did. But Liverpool started extremely well in this second half, and again it's Courtois who's coming to the saviour for Real Madrid.
Goal at Coventry in the Championship, Sani Rudravajula.
Coventry 1, Sheffield United 1. The home side taking 3 minutes to respond. Tatsuhiro Sakamoto onto the ball first time when it dropped inside the box. Coventry 1, Sheffield United 1.
BBC Radio 5 Live, Champions League night. Salah picks it up, Salah drives forward, Salah to the edge of the area. But there was Camavinga, who put one knee on the ground and then got the challenge in. McAllister tries to win it back, prods it towards Konate. Forward ball. Carreras with the interception, and now Mbappe has got an area of space to run into, and Real Madrid come forward. This is Mbappe, gives it straight towards Gravenberch. Szoboszlai though gives it away, and the white shirts of Real Madrid are back in possession.
Danger.
This is Mbappe, just slips it into the path of Vinicius Junior blocked by Conor Bradley. We're talking about Liverpool as an attacking force, as Conor Bradley holds off Vinicius Junior on that far side. Before today, though, this Real Madrid side had actually had the most shots in the Champions League against Marseille, Caira and Juventus, and they have been restricted to very, very few opportunities. Another goal at Tottenham, John Southall.
Tottenham 2, Copenhagen 0. The goalkeeper once again at fault, ended up with Mawani playing it across to Wilson Odobert, totally unmarked. He added the second, and from what we've seen so far, surely that will be enough. Tottenham 2, Copenhagen 0.
That's live on Sports Extra. 0-0 between Liverpool and Real Madrid. Here on 5 Live. McAllister back to Van Dijk 5 minutes into the second period. Stroked forward by the Liverpool captain. Gravenberch under pressure from Bellingham. And the referee gives the free kick. He was being hampered and hindered. And in the end, as he fell to the floor, this will be a direct free kick for Liverpool. 25 yards out from goal. Stephen Warnock.
Yeah, Xabi Alonso down in front of us, remonstrating with the fourth official and the assistant referee. He was adamant it wasn't a foul. Thought it was a little bit lazy from Bellingham as Gravenberch got the wrong side of him. He only had to touch him in the back to let him go to ground. But this is a dangerous position. With Szoboszlai stood over the ball, it's a perfect position for him to be able to get it up and down and over the wall. And that's the most important thing. If you're too close, it's such a difficult skill.
In the company of two former England internationals with us here tonight on 5 Live, Stephen Warnock and Jonathan Woodgate, watching Szoboszlai with the wind at his back, that red shirt rippling, attacking the Anfield Road end, 25 yards out left of centre. Szoboszlai eyeing it up. There are 4 white shirts in the wall. 2 Liverpool players stand in front. Szoboszlai runs forward now, hits it, fisted away by Courtois. Body behind the ball, the Belgian goalkeeper, and Camavinga lifts it further away. Konate. Ooh, that went straight towards Mbappe. Of all the people it went to Mbappe, and McAllister cynically has pulled him back. He knew he was beaten for pace.
Great foul.
It is a good foul, but the only thing I'd say is Szoboszlai had read it.
Yeah.
He was there. I mean, the guy's engine is absolutely phenomenal. And go back to the free kick. It's a great hit from Szoboszlai, who's been Liverpool's best player. Great save again by Courtois, who's been Real Madrid's best player and the player of the match so far.
I wouldn't have minded seeing the race. I think there'd only been one winner.
Rotherham United have got a goal back. Rotherham 1, Burton Albion 2. That's in League One. And in the Championship, Birmingham City have got a 4th goal, which will end Millwall's 5-match unbeaten run. 4-0 then at St Andrews. They got back to winning ways against Portsmouth at the weekend. And Chris Davis and his team following it up tonight with a resounding win, it would seem. This is the Champions League and it remains 0-0. We're 7 minutes into the second half. Bellingham runs away from Gravenberch. Howson passes the ball forward, away from Goulet. Such was the pace of the ball along the ground, and allowed Robertson to tidy it up back towards Mamardashvili.
That pass was 2 inches from taking about 7 Liverpool players out of the game. That's what Madrid need to do more, is try and find those passing between the lines, and that's how they'll break Liverpool down.
The hardest thing is, though, is because the way Liverpool are compact, is that the 2 inches could be getting cut out, and it's the finest of margins, and it's a decent shape from Liverpool. But I agree, if they can find that pass, it's danger for Liverpool.
They failed to score only once in their last 30 games since the quarter-final first leg defeat at Arsenal, and that was against Paris Saint-Germain in the Club World Cup in July. So in what has been an excellent start for the La Liga leaders, they have scored in every game in this campaign. As we are 9 minutes into the second period here at Anfield, McAllister out towards Bradley. Bradley looks up over the halfway line, plays it to the feet of Salah as the Kop generates the noise inside Anfield away towards our right. McAllister to Gravenberch with a diagonal ball. Gravenberch through the centre. Ekitike with a layup. The referee is going to give a free kick for a foul from Chouameni on Szoboszlai.
Yeah, it's really good play again from the Liverpool midfield. Gravenberch and McAllister linking up well, but then they feed it into Ekitike. Lovely little touch around the corner into the run again of Szoboszlai. We talk about his running power. He's great at just running off the back of midfielders and getting beyond them, drawing a foul. And we talked about the earlier on about the position of the free kick. This is another one that suits Szoboszlai to get it up and over that wall. Similar distance, but other side of the pitch.
Szoboszlai, who is right of centre, he must be 26, 27 yards out from goal. Liverpool are playing from right to left as we look. Real Madrid have got every white shirt on the edge of their penalty area. Szoboszlai chips it over the head of Wirtz, bounces away from Konate, and then hooked further clear by Bellingham. That bouncing ball, Mbappe is challenged by Bradley. The ball is played forward by Tchouaméni towards Vinicius Junior. Flag stays down for the time being. Mbappe is just currently lurking, unmarked at the moment, but Robertson has got a beady eye on him as Goulet towards Vinicius Junior. Now with Militao, forward of the centre circle, attacking the Kop. Mbappe, Valverde, forward providing the width on this near side. Camavinga, Bellingham, playing in front of Liverpool, who have every red shirt back behind the ball. 10 minutes into the second half on 5 Live. Valverde being watched by Wirtz. Now towards Camavinga. Camavinga gives it away towards Salah. Can a break beyond for Liverpool as Salah plays it short towards Szoboszlai, and then they slow it back down towards Gravenberch. Bit of setting off at Tottenham. John Southall.
Said it was comfortable, but Tottenham are down to 10 men. Tottenham 2, Copenhagen 0. Brennan Johnson, scorer of the first goal, sliding in, caught Lopez, the defender, on the back of his ankle, and it's been shown it was a yellow to start with. Referee went to the monitor, and it's been upgraded to a red. And also Vicario down at the moment, just holding his hamstring. Tottenham 2, Copenhagen 0.
Commentary of that is on Sports Extra. We're on 5 Live and the BBC Sounds app, as well as Radio Merseyside here tonight at Anfield. And it remains goalless as McAllister to Wirtz. Ball inside towards Ekitike. Tries to burst in between Valverde and Militao, but Valverde was strong in defence. Camavinga, Valverde, triangular passing patterns up towards Mbappe with the layoff. That might go short. Referee, though, Istvan Kovacs, has given a foul against the Liverpool captain, Virgil van Dijk, on Kylian Mbappe, who has stayed down. Free kick to Real Madrid just outside the centre circle. Stephen Warnock.
Yeah, Van Dijk's gesturing that. He hasn't touched him, and Mbappe's bought it. Wanted to see it again just before I commented on it. I don't think there's much in it, if I'm being completely honest. It's more of that hand on the chest, and Mbappe, like we're seeing time and time again, not only in the Premier League but in the Champions League, players hitting the deck when they think they're being hit in the face, and they haven't. It's in the chest.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, really, when you watch it.
And with Cunha at the weekend. So Manchester United against Nottingham Forest. Here is Wirtz, skips away from one challenge, can't squeeze it into the path of Ekitike. Back flick there from Bellingham, and then acrobatically volleyed out by Tchouaméni towards Vinicius Junior. Bellingham has continued his run, but Konate will get there first, but just can't keep the ball in play as he tries to shield it away from Bellingham, and Gravenberch couldn't keep it in. It'll be a Real Madrid throw.
If you look at both teams, there's a massive difference in how quick Liverpool get behind the ball to how quick Madrid do. Normally Madrid get back with 8 players and leave 2 up. Liverpool get back as a 10 so quick and really slow down the attack of Real Madrid. It's unbelievable how well they do it.
Here is Goulet, the Turkish international, right hand side. Back to Camavinga along the ground. Mbappe with his back to goal as they attack the Kop end. Tchouaméni. Carreras coming forward, the left back, enters the penalty area, opens up for Carreras, gets the shot away too, but lacks the power. And in the end, it was trickling and never really a danger. It went in front of goal, but away from the goal, through the 6-yard box and out for a goal kick.
I don't think anyone thought he was going to get through that far from his team, and he just puts it into a brilliant area, just rolls it across the face of goal. Liverpool players didn't want to engage with him, they didn't want to hang a foot out, didn't want to bring him down. Well, none of the Real Madrid players gambled. Mbappe was on the edge of the box, not even interested in getting in the box.
Here is Bradley, just taking the ball back 2 or 3 yards and then flicks it forward casually towards Gravenberch. Ekitike with the instant layoff. Wirtz back towards Ekitike. They've linked up well tonight. Ekitike now coming forward and then lays it off towards Salah, right corner of the area. Salah sweeps over the cross, cut out by Militao, who is falling backwards in his penalty area. And Howson now will chip the ball out towards that far side, but chips it out wide. And the Liverpool Anfield roar will tell you that they want to try and generate a little bit of forward momentum here. There's the vocal encouragement. Gravenberch caught. That's going to be a yellow card for Bellingham. And he is the third Real Madrid player to be booked.
They're starting to really hold on here, Madrid. They're starting to hold on. Liverpool are applying the pressure. Runs from midfield, runs from the forwards. They're finding it difficult at this moment.
The one thing I'd say is what Liverpool have tried to create here tonight is a Premier League pace and make it very difficult for them. So every time that the ball goes out of play, within a second or two, the ball's getting thrown back in. They're not allowing Real Madrid to get set, and you can see the fatigue starting to set in of Real Madrid, whereas Liverpool are used to it in the Premier League week in, week out.
We're live on air tonight, 5 Live Sport, until 10:30 when Tony Livesey takes over. There is activity on the Liverpool bench down below. Arne Slot, of course, has got to contend with his next game away to Manchester City on Sunday, a game incidentally you'll be able to listen to live on BBC Radio 5 Live for that 4:30 kickoff for the trip to the Etihad. Szoboszlai with a free kick, fired in right footed, McAllister with a header. Courtois could not do anything about that. It flicked off his head with such power, and McAllister, who scored against Real Madrid last season in the Champions League, has got his first goal of the season this time, and Liverpool find the breakthrough 1-0.
Well, Anfield absolutely erupts, and as Jonathan Woodgate said, they've been knocking at the door. Real Madrid have been on the ropes. It's about the quality of the free kick from Szoboszlai. He doesn't fizz it in too hard, he just allows McAllister to use the pace on the ball, the accuracy of the cross, just to glance the header, but the pace that goes past Courtois. Courtois' leaning back, he's falling back into his goal. He stands no chance of saving this one, and it's more than Liverpool deserve. That's exactly what they've done all game, knocked on the door. I think it's Bellingham who's just playing McAllister on as the free kick comes in.
Bullet header, wasn't it, Jonathan?
Yeah, bullet header, but there's a little block before it, which is really clever. Szoboszlai the ball, and he's been exceptional all night, but it's just that reach. Courtois got no chance, just glances off McAllister's head. It's a fantastic placed header. Doesn't try to put too much movement with his header, just lets it hit his head, breezes across him into the far corner. It's well deserved. They've deserved it. They deserved the 1-0 lead.
VAR having a check. I, like Stephen, thought that Bellingham was possibly playing everybody on side, but they check every goal as a matter of course. But the fact that play hasn't restarted, it might not be as straightforward as we necessarily think.
I think it's very difficult when you've got a cluster of 6 or 7 players on the line, and it's how you draw the... Well, I know it's a little bit different, but there you go.
The goal does stand, and after 61 minutes, Liverpool lead Real Madrid by a 1-0, and Virgil van Dijk whips up the crowd, and the Anfield crowd respond. Szoboszlai also is turning into a cheerleader. When Liverpool have scored first this season in 9 games, they are still unbeaten. They've won 8 and they've drawn 1. Real Madrid have come from behind in 2 games against Mallorca and Marseille. But now all of a sudden Liverpool have something to protect, leading by a 0-0, and you've got to say it's deserved.
It is deserved, fully deserved from Liverpool. They've been outstanding in this game. They've been tenacious in every challenge. They've been progressive in the way that they've passed forward. They've caused Real Madrid problems, but they've shown Real Madrid massive respect as well by the recovery runs, by getting into positions. This guy's going to be very interesting, Mbappe, now, because it's a big moment for Real Madrid.
Wirtz has gone down holding his head in a challenge with Mbappe. The Liverpool players are telling the referee it's a head injury. I'm not too sure there was too much contact in the face of Florian Wirtz. Got to be consistent. If you're going to berate the foreign players or foreign players from a foreign team, then you've got to do the same for those who play for English sides as well.
I'm not sure who really touched him. I'd have to look back on the replay, but normally they're going to stay down. If someone's attacking at speed, he's going to stay down, isn't he?
There's been another goal at Tottenham. John Southall.
And what a goal this is. Tottenham 3, Copenhagen 0. Mickey van der Ven picked up the ball on the edge of his own penalty area, ran the length of the pitch, shrugged off 3 or 4 challenges into the Copenhagen penalty area, and he finished it off. This place is jumping. Not bad for a centre-half. Tottenham 3, Copenhagen 0.
Well, if it's jumping in North London, listen to this racket on Merseyside. It's bouncing with the red and white scarves being swirled around the heads of the Liverpool supporters. Wirtz is back on his feet. If you had a chance to see it again.
Yeah, it was an elbow as such from Mbappe, but it wasn't intentional at all. It was, when you see the other ones, they're flailing arms. This was an elbow, but it was purely accidental. Whether he should have stayed down as long, I'm not so sure. But just going back to the free kick, it wasn't Bellingham playing him on, it was Camavinga at the near post. So it shows you, when you look at things initially, you think, wow, it's Bellingham at the back post. It was actually the front post.
Because we both thought it was Bellingham, didn't we, when we first had a look? That goal after the VAR check stood after 61 minutes. It's the goal that separates the two sides. 5 Live and BBC Sounds with McAllister, whose last goal was against Tottenham back in April, as Mbappe touches the ball to Camavinga and McAllister comes across to try and snuff out the threat of Camavinga. Camavinga gets the ball back again. Mbappe, right corner of the area, sends over the cross. Konate heads it further away. Salah lifts it into the path of Howson, but he pursues that ball and gets there before Carreras. And now Salah can come forward over the halfway line on the right touch line. Ball in field towards Gravenberch. Liverpool lead by 1-0. Another goal at Tottenham, John Southall.
Tottenham 4, Copenhagen 0. They needed a convincing home win. My goodness, they got one. Paulinho with the 4th, 6 yards out, finished it off. Tottenham 4, Copenhagen 0. 10 men, remember.
Another goal at Coventry, Stanley.
And the leaders turn it around just after the hour. Coventry 2, Sheffield United 1. A corner, Adam Davis, sub-keeper on for the injured Cooper, doesn't deal with it, and Bobby Thomas gets something on it to put Coventry ahead. Coventry 2, Sheffield United 1.
That Tottenham game, incidentally, is live on Sports Extra. But for Liverpool, who started match day 4 outside the top 8, this would take them level with Real Madrid on 9 points, and ahead of the next set of games tomorrow, they would be in the top 8, which means that they would qualify automatically for the knockouts. As the ball is played forward long by Van Dijk, Ekitike gives chase. Valverde, back it goes to Courtois. Courtois lets the ball to settle, then hits it away downfield. Gets plenty of distance on it too. Headed away by Konate. Szoboszlai. He's had an excellent season, hasn't he, Szoboszlai?
Yeah, he's been so good, and his performance tonight has just typified everything about Liverpool. But when he presses, it's infectious, and it just has a knock-on effect where the other players want to follow suit as well.
Carreras and Salah having a tussle, and the Romanian referee has adjudged that Salah was the offender, and it'll be a free kick that Dean Howson will want to take quickly. We are midway through the second half. You're listening to 5 Live, and Liverpool have their noses in front, but they are looking to make changes, and Rodrigo is going to be coming on. It is just going to be the solitary change from Xabi Alonso, former Liverpool player, 210 appearances and 18 goals he scored in his 5 years as a Liverpool player. So he will make a change, but this is the first of a 6-match spell where they're playing away from home. They're next involved in the Bernabeu against Celta Vigo on December the 7th. Camavinga is the player who comes off. So that's an attacking change, Jonathan.
Yeah, attacking change that they needed to make. Camavinga hasn't really done much in possession, to be honest with you, but this will be a massively different challenge now for Robertson, with Rodrigo playing up against him. Really talented player.
I think it makes them very lopsided when he plays Camavinga out on this side, and it's almost like Vinicius Junior is the outlet. Mbappe floats around the pitch and makes things difficult, but it's only a 1v1 situation down the right-hand side.
Just over 20 minutes remaining. Diagonal ball towards Wirtz, cut out by a sliding Tchouaméni. Salah tries to challenge Carreras. Tchouaméni hits it forward with pace. Bellingham takes it into his feet neatly, gets it out towards Goulet, holds off the challenge of McAllister. Now out towards Rodrigo. Rodrigo looks towards Mbappe, but Gravenberch had sensed the danger. Breaks up the move, and now Wirtz picks up that ball out towards Salah. A little bit of a stumble by Salah. Challenged quickly by Carreras. And the referee says there's a foul there. just thinking, Stephen, as well, with 20 minutes remaining, Alonso, we're expecting a hostile reception for Alexander-Arnold if he comes on for the next at any point on his first return to Anfield. The scoreline as it is at the minute, Alonso probably thinks, I'm not going to bring him on, he'll only fire up the crowd, it would be a detrimental move.
I don't think he's even got off the bench. I mean, the TV went on him before when we were seeing replays. He's not moved at all. It's almost like he knows he's not going to come off.
I don't think I'd want him.
Here is McAllister. Militao, though, steps forward, prevent it reaching Wirtz. Picked up now by Bellingham. Out it goes now to Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior waits. Bellingham has gone on the overlap left-hand side. Back towards Vinicius Junior. Tchouaméni is there as well. Bellingham. Carreras. Every outfield player of Real Madrid, all in white, is in the half away towards our right. Under 20 minutes remaining. Here now is Rodrigo, edge of the area. Rodrigo looking for Mbappe, blocked by Robertson. Short forward ball. Ekitike now holds on to it. Ekitike glides away. The ball was on there to release Wirtz, but he's done ever so well. Was he fouled? Yes, he was, by Rodrigo. Excellent play by Ekitike.
Brilliant hold-up play. Just takes the pressure off him. Like I've said previously, they get back into the shape and then they start working from there. Comes to Ekitike, does a brilliant job as a centre forward, holds it, gets the team up the pitch, gets the free kick and releases the pressure.
Alexander Isak won't start against Manchester City, judging by the comments from Arne Slot yesterday. But on the work rate, what we're seeing of Ekitike, he wouldn't necessarily be an assured starter anyway, would he? Such is the form of him.
I think the other thing is why rush Alexander Isak? He hasn't had a pre-season. He's picking up injuries. We know he's got a poor injury record as it is. So take your time with him, and especially let Ekitike enjoy himself because he's playing sensational football.
Courtois with a clearance for Real Madrid. Rodrigo leans into Robertson. Ball goes past both of them. And Van Dijk, referee, almost got in the way there. I'm sure that the referee got in the way of the line of the vision of Wirtz, but Robertson skips away from Goulet, looks for a ball that was tried to slice open the Real Madrid defence. It was turned away, picked up by Ekitike. Ekitike walks his way into the penalty area, left-hand side, and then rolls it back towards McAllister. McAllister goes square. 18 minutes remain of normal time. Still the windy conditions inside Anfield. That blowy red shirt of Van Dijk as he just waits and exchanges passes with a goal scorer, McAllister. Now towards Konate, right of the centre circle, and he will go back out towards Bradley, and Bradley passes the ball all the way back to the Georgian international Mamardashvili, who clears flat downfield, but Valverde will just control this ball, and now towards Howson.
Yeah, no rush there from Mamardashvili, just play Van Dijk in the left full-back position. He was on, just trust that he wants the ball and he's happy to receive it because he can go long himself. He's happy to do that, Van Dijk.
That win 2-0 here last November, McAllister and Gakpo in the league phase, was Liverpool's first success in 9 meetings since 2009. But all 4 of Liverpool's wins in their previous 12 meetings have been to 0. And who will forget the 1981 final, of course, is Mbappe. Out towards Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior on the left-hand side. Robertson was tucked in. McAllister did well to put off Bellingham, who tried to throw himself at it. Howson passes the ball and the pressure out of play.
He did superb there, McAllister. He tracked the run of Bellingham, and it's a mismatch, a complete mismatch. But he just got alongside him, give him a little bit of a nudge. It allowed then Robertson to get on the cover and win the header.
It's not all about like heading balls out, it's about making it difficult for your opponent. So people always get obsessed with, oh, he's got to win that, he's got to win that. But if you make it super difficult for someone and then someone else can come and clear it.
Liverpool, by the way, who are edging ever closer to a milestone. That's 499 goals at home in European competition in their illustrious history. Indeed, another goal will be their 500th as well in the European Cup / Champions League. For the 6-time winners, of course, against the record winners. 15 times they've lifted Europe's elite competition, Real Madrid. These two sides, these two heavyweights of European football going toe-to-toe, where Liverpool still lead by a goal to 0. Mbappe. The ball caught a little bit in the wind, out towards Rodrigo, brings it down around knee height on this near side, the right. Valverde, who hasn't got forward on too many occasions on this near side, has to go back to Militao. Infield to his central defensive partner, Howson. Goulet tracked every step of the way by McAllister. Bellingham just drops away off Van Dijk. Van Dijk almost tries to pass him on, I think, to one of the midfielders. Instead, though, it goes out now towards Vinicius. Flicks it back now to Mbappe. Mbappe with a shot. Block comes in from Gravenberch.
Do you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Klopp and Guardiola's Liverpool and City going toe-to-toe. Some of the football on display is absolutely incredible. How good they are technically. What a game of football this is.
Vinicius Junior now. Mbappe, first time effort, just wide. Hit it right foot, opened up his right boot. Mamardashvili full stretch away to his left. There were a few signs of relief there.
Oh, I thought it was in. Just goes to the left-hand side post there from Mbappe. Just try to feed it into the far corner. Got good connection on it. And I was waiting for the net to ripple.
That is Real Madrid in a nutshell. That is the concern, and it's what you get. You get a feel of anxiety when they get Vinicius Junior and Mbappe on the ball, because they know they're such a dangerous pair. And that from Vinicius Junior, he hasn't had a kick all game. Conor Bradley is being superb against him. He gets half a yard, delivers the ball in, and the skill from Mbappe, it's just a half volley, it sits up just in front of him. He didn't try and lash it, he just tries to guide it into that far corner. That's just a warning sign for Liverpool.
Atletico Madrid 2, Union Saint-Gilloise 0. Rotherham United have equalised. Rotherham United now 2-2 at home to Burton Albion, who are just outside the relegation zone in League One. It's the only game being played in League One. Liverpool are going to be making a double change. Curtis Jones, who's missed the last 2 games with a groin injury, is going to be coming on, as is Cody Gakpo as well. So some fresh legs for Liverpool with 14 minutes remaining here on 5 Live. And that header from McAllister, just past the hour mark, is still the difference. We'll try and bring you as much reaction as we can before we're off air with the 5 Live Sport at 10:30. If not, the 5 Live Football Daily feed for the podcast will bring you all the reaction from tonight's games. Remember, Arsenal have already beaten Slavia Prague 3-0, and Tottenham are 4-0 up against Copenhagen as the diagonal ball through the middle. Looks towards Salah, required Carreras, the left back, to come across and cover. Out it goes for Liverpool throw.
Brilliant, Andrew Robertson, and it had to be, because as Rodrigo just tried to nip inside, then he drives beyond him and tries to feed a lovely ball in behind to Mohamed Salah. It was good defending from Howson, but Liverpool again, just when they attack in great numbers.
Arne Slot, with his bald head gleaming in the floodlights, giving his final instructions to his fellow Dutchman. Robertson waits to take the throw level of the penalty area near side the left. Liverpool all in red, playing from right to left as we look against the Anfield Road end. In fact, Robertson being told to hurry up by the Romanian referee. Back it goes to the Scottish international, then he gives the ball away. Goulet runs forward, ball in field towards Bellingham. Vert's got a touch on it. They now try to switch play to that far side, but it goes away from both Vinicius Junior and Carreras on the Real Madrid left. And that'll be the opportunity now for Jones to come on, and for Gakpo as well.
I just wonder whether it'll be McAllister, with him being on a yellow card, that they feel like they can't take that chance, that if they get beyond Liverpool's midfield and he has to bring him down. I think the Bates will be the other one, because he's put a massive shift in.
Well, you've called it. It is going to be McAllister. His header, his first goal of the season. Although he did score 2 goals against Puerto Rico for Argentina last month in a friendly, but his first Liverpool goal of the season, replaced by Curtis Jones. And what an ovation it is for McAllister. And Ekitike is the other player to be coming off, as Cody Gakpo will come on. And Ekitike takes his time to applaud all 4 sides of Anfield.
Yeah, superb performance from both players. McAllister really impresses in midfield, and Ekitike with an outstanding all-round performance in the centre-forward position. I think the interesting thing now will be who plays centre, because Florian Wirtz came on in midweek and at the weekend and went as the striker. It's actually Cody Gakpo who's going the central role, and Wirtz will continue on that left-hand side.
It's finished. Rotherham United 2, Burton Albion 2 in the only game in League One. Full-time also now at Oxford. Emily Herbert, hold on Emily. Ball played through. Gakpo can't get after the run because I think he was going to be offside. He leaves it towards Salah. Flag stays down as a result. Salah edge of the area, ball in field. Valverde right back, tucked into clear. Sorry, Emily.
Yeah, total control from Stoke here, really. Oxford 0, Stoke 3. Lewis Baker with 2 goals and an assist, twice on the counter, and Stephen Nzozi with the other. A set-piece corner kick rifled into the roof of the net. Oxford never in it, and Stoke move up to second. Full-time, Oxford 0, Stoke 3.
Burt's chasing the ball. Howson on the stretch, back to Militao. Red card at Leicester, Charlie Slater.
We're into stoppage time. Borough are down to 10. They're trailing by 1-0. Alfie Jones sent off for denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Leicester 1, Middlesbrough 0.
Charlton Athletic have got an injury time goal at the Valley. They lead West Brom by 1-0. Mbappe is attacking for Real Madrid. Bursts in towards that left-hand side, delivers the cross. Curtis Jones back there, heads it away. Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to be coming on with 10 minutes remaining. And this is the reaction of Anfield for a player who they used to adore. He's going to have to wait for the corner kick. Real Madrid corner far side the left, trailing by 1-0. It's an outswinger. Gravenberch heads it away. Rodrigo passes the ball in field. Valverde looks for the return ball. Rodrigo won't get there. It'll go out for a goal kick. Trent Alexander-Arnold, 9 seasons at Liverpool, 354 appearances, 23 goals, helped them win the Premier League, the Champions League, the Club World Cup and the FA Cup. He used to be one of their own, but you're left in no doubt as to the feeling of Anfield now towards Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah, there's a few people standing up and applauding, but you can tell the response is the boos. They're not happy about it. Listen, it's up to Liverpool fans what they feel about the situation.
Alexander-Arnold comes on for Goulet. It means that Valverde moves into midfield. And as I'd alluded to, it fires up the crowd as well with some 8.5 minutes remaining as they look to protect their slender advantage. That was a rather awkward fall from Militao, but he's back to his feet. That seemed to bounce off the ground. It was a
not wrong with it.
Union Saint-Gilloise have got a goal back. Atletico Madrid 2, Union Saint-Gilloise 1 elsewhere in the Champions League. Charlton have beaten West Bromwich Albion by 1-0 at the Valley. That means they're unbeaten in 5. West Brom just 1 win in 6. Another goal, Paris Saint-Germain, Bayern Munich. Conor McNamara.
Paris Saint-Germain 1, Bayern Munich 2. João Neves off the bench to score for the holders. It makes it an interesting game now. Bayern still with the 1-goal lead, but Paris Saint-Germain have an extra man advantage after Luis Diaz's red card before half-time. PSG 1, Bayern Munich 2.
8 minutes remaining here on 5 Live. Militao. Alexander-Arnold wanders forward. He has the name Trent above that number 12. The boos will tell you when he gets a touch of the ball. Militao, Howson helps it on. Carreras on the far side. Vinicius Junior waits. Howson. Liverpool have dropped deep, still leading by 1-0 with some 7 minutes remaining. Militao now. Rodrigo's made a run through. First touch into the penalty area, holds off Van Dijk. Robertson was there as well, and it will be a goal kick. Robertson knew it would come off from Rodrigo. Sensible defending.
Yeah, really good from Andrew Robertson, and Virgil van Dijk's had a few issues over the last few weeks with Milos Kerkez alongside him. That distance between the two has been too big, and he's got his old teammate alongside him now, and he looks so much happier. But Andrew Robertson, he looks fresh, he looks hungry, and it's a great performance from him tonight.
Birmingham have beaten Millwall by 4-0. Derby County have made it 4 straight wins. They have ended Hull City's 6-match unbeaten run with a 2-1 victory in the East Midlands. And Bodo Glimt, who in the Champions League are now down to 10 men, as Liverpool with Alexander-Arnold playing the ball forward, and the ironic cheers is because the pass of their former right-back is going to be tidied up by Van Dijk, who very casually played the ball towards Robertson. Ball from Van Dijk cut out by Bellingham. Headed now by Van Dijk. You've got boos for the touch of Trent Alexander-Arnold and cheers for everybody else in red. Chiesa waits to come on for Liverpool. Carreras commits himself and goes to ground. And Salah is away from the left back. Now he comes on the inside, gets away from the challenge of Carrera. Salah shoots, might still fall towards Mo Salah. Militao is almost on his knees as he tries to usher the ball back towards Courtois, all rather frantic.
This is brilliant, isn't it? I mean, it's end to end now. It's really opening up, and here come Real Madrid.
Alexander-Arnold finds Rodrigo, enters the penalty area right-hand side. Vinicius Junior can't control it, Szoboszlai's there. Edge of the D to clear the ball away. Final instructions for Chiesa, Jonathan Woodgate.
Our possession all night, Liverpool have been spectacular, outrunning Madrid, getting back in quicker. I mean, look at the shape of the team now. Madrid can't get through them, they can't play through them, they can't go over the top, they can't go down the sides. Really special display from Liverpool out of possession.
Well, they are cheering to the rafters, and Konate's whipping up the crowd as well. There's been a late goal at Leicester. Charlie Slater.
Luke Ayling has equalised for Middlesbrough in the 96th minute, virtually the last touch of the game with a header. It'll mean just one win in 10 for Leicester, but what a comeback for Middlesbrough, 1-1.
It's also finished at Portman Road. Ipswich 1, Watford 1 in the Championship. The rain has returned, incessant light rain falling here on this greasy surface at Anfield, as Chiesa still waits to come on, and in fact it's going to be a double change as well, because Arne Slot is not just going to bring on the Italian international. It is going to be Milos Kerkez who's also going to be coming on. He turns 22 on Friday, incidentally, as Liverpool win the ball on the far side, still leading by a goal to nil. Salah with an opportunity to run at Howson. Salah though gets away from Carreras, again commits himself. Salah enters the penalty area right-hand side, delivers the cross. Courtois keeps out Gakpo. Loose ball, Salah. Block comes in from Militao, up in the air, and the goalkeeper eventually catches the ball down by his knees.
How has he saved that, Courtois? It's an incredible save. Gakpo's 3 yards out. It's an instinctive save. And then the block from Militao is phenomenal from Mohamed Salah. I mean, they have defended with their lives at times, Real Madrid. They've been thankful to the goalkeeper that it's only 1-0, but they still carry a threat on the break.
It did finish Leicester 1, Middlesbrough 1, by the way, in the Championship. Here is Rodrigo. Had it not been for Courtois, Liverpool could have been home and hosed in this game. As it is, there is still plenty of jeopardy as they lead by a goal to nil, but Curtis Jones now runs forward. Only Vertzi's up with him. Jones might have to go it alone. 3 minutes remain. Back towards Robertson. Even Chiesa is applauding as he waits to come on with Arne Slot in his right ear, still whispering those final instructions, although it might have to be louder than a whisper, judging by the atmosphere inside Anfield tonight. Under 3 minutes remaining. Jonathan Woodgate.
Liverpool being a different class. Like you say there, Deno, could have been 3 or 4-0 if it wasn't for Courtois. He's made some exceptional saves. I mean, Real Madrid have really disappointed tonight, but what I would say, that is down to Liverpool and how they've pressed and how they've worked off the ball. They've really made it difficult for Real Madrid to really score goals, make opportunities.
Stephen Warnock, you know all about being a left-back. Andy Robertson is getting a standing ovation. Give us some sort of appreciation for the Scottish international as he's replaced by Kerkez.
Yeah, I mean, some of the covering, defending from him, the communication with Virgil van Dijk, making sure that life is very difficult for Rodrigo when he comes on, making sure that you're over-covering at times. And I think the big thing is, I'm quite surprised to see him leave the pitch, because it's very difficult now for Kerkez to come on with sort of 3 or 4 minutes to go. Rodrigo's up to speed, and then you're going, go on, defend him, run backwards.
Nothing worse coming on as a left back.
No, not at all.
In the last minute of a game.
Brahim Diaz. Wirtz was the player who went off, by the way, for Chiesa. Brahim Diaz, who scored here when he was during one of his 3-year loan spell at Milan in 2021, is waiting to come on for Real Madrid. Meanwhile,
Liverpool are asking a question here. Tchouameni's just fouled Kerkez, gone through him, and then Liverpool fans are saying, well, where's the yellow card? And the Liverpool players are asking for the same thing as well, because it's a little bit late on Milos Kerkez. I think Kerkez is just staying down just to make sure that he takes the tempo out of the game from Real Madrid's point of view.
Well, it might take the tempo out of the game, but you can't take the tempo out of these Liverpool supporters. As the player coming off, indeed he's going to be Tchouaméni and for Brahim Diaz to come on. Real Madrid 5 points clear of Barcelona at the top of La Liga. A winning start to the Champions League phase. However, not only will they get possibly their first blank of the season,
they've just changed it. Valverde. Yeah.
So Valverde is the player to come off, the Uruguayan international for Brahim Diaz, and Tchouaméni will stay on the field. But by my watch, we are 30 seconds away from entering the period of time it'll be added on by our Romanian referee Istvan Kovacs. You think that they went into that Villa game after back-to-back defeats at Anfield, beat Villa 2-0, beating Real Madrid by 1-0, and then going into that game against Manchester City full of confidence. Penalty at Tottenham, John Southall.
And a penalty to Tottenham 4, Copenhagen 0. Richarlison about to step up and take this one. Missed 2 chances since he came on as a substitute. Here he comes, the Brazilian, stutters up to the ball, and he's hit the crossbar, and Tottenham remain 4-0 up against Copenhagen.
Thank you, John. The final result in the Championship is in. Bristol City 0, Blackburn 1. So Birmingham beat Millwall 4-0, Bristol City 0, Blackburn 1, a third successive win. Charlton 1, West Brom 0, 5 unbeaten for Nathan Jones' side. Derby have had 4 straight wins, beating Hull 2-1. Ipswich 1, Watford 1, Leicester 1, Middlesbrough 1, Oxford 0, Stoke City 3, and Coventry, the leaders, beat Sheffield United 2-1. Real Madrid in the Champions League. Terrific challenge by Bradley, sliding across on the wet surface. Behind it goes for a corner kick.
He's done so well tonight, Bradley. I thought early on he was going to find it difficult because he hasn't had much help off Salah, but down that side he's done well, really well with Vinicius.
Real Madrid have a corner on the far side, the left. Bradley is alert to it being played to Alexander-Arnold. Instead it's an in-swinger. Canate climbs, heads the ball away inside the 6-yard area. Carreras comes across, heads it towards Mbappe. Right-hand side, does the little step over, looks to go on the outside of Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai stays with him, then there's a stumble from Mbappe, and it goes behind, as the cheers will tell you, for a goal kick to Liverpool, who lead 1-0 in stoppage time. And we have 5 minutes of added time. Stephen.
To a man, Liverpool have been exceptional. They really are. But that guy, Szoboszlai, just epitomised, again, the strength of character, the ability to get back in, to frustrate Mbappe, to force the issue, to force the mistake. It's been absolutely incredible. And you can hear the Liverpool fans reacting to this performance.
Still 1-0. Chiesa battles, but gets it towards Gakpo. Gakpo enters the area, but Alexander-Arnold takes it off his toes. And then back to Courtois, swept downfield, headed forcefully forward by Van Dijk, repelled by away. Gravenberch challenges Bellingham in the air. Bellingham and Gravenberch. Bellingham goes to ground. Curtis Jones will prevent the quick free kick. Gakpo also stands there. Bellingham, though, instead passes the ball back. 3 minutes remain.
Yeah, in recent weeks I thought Liverpool had been a little bit of a soft touch when they'd gone on that run of losing games. They've been so physical today. They've won every single battle that they've been up against Real Madrid, and shown a different side to them.
PSV, who are Liverpool's next opponents in the Champions League, have got an equaliser against Olympiacos, who might still be yet to win in this competition. 1-1, and Tottenham have beaten Copenhagen 4-0. We'll get all the reaction and the analysis very soon, but with just over 2 minutes remaining here at Anfield. Liverpool 1, Real Madrid 0. Howson, my word, he skied that on this wet night on Merseyside. Drops down with snow on it. Kerkez climbs. 2 Bournemouth players both get a touch with a head. Kerkez and Howson, bouncing ball, headed away by Bradley. Played forward by Bellingham. A little flick in field, didn't come off. Their appeal for handball, not given by the Romanian referee. And Canate will step out of defence, as still the McAllister goal is the difference. And we have under 2 minutes remaining of stoppage time. The rain sweeping across Anfield as we look low down right to the halfway line. Carreras comes forward, leaves it to Vinicius Junior. Back inside, the referee jumps over the ball. Brahim Diaz tries to help it forward towards Mbappe. Canate is there. Canate brings the ball out of defence, almost Hansen-esque, and then gives it to Gakpo. Gakpo now is over the halfway line. Chiesa through the middle, but the goalkeeper Courtois read it and clears on the half volley, cleared by Van Dijk. Just over 60 seconds remain.
Can't take your eyes off the game, can you? Because you're thinking Real Madrid still look dangerous coming forward, but they're giving so many opportunities to Liverpool.
Alexander-Arnold, could he have the last laugh as he passes the ball towards Rodrigo? Alexander-Arnold's first time cross. The cheers will tell you that's come to nothing. And Bradley, the current Liverpool right back, belying his tender years, lets it roll out of play for a throw, much to the delights of the Liverpool supporters in that bottom tier of the Sir Kenny Dalglish stand.
He hasn't fancied, has he, Vinicius Junior, one bit. Conor Bradley's been so physical with him, but that's a really mature performance. What a touch that is. Liverpool are in here.
Salah can't get Gakpo through the middle. Was Chiesa fouled by Carreras? Yes, he was. And Carreras will be shown a yellow card, the fourth Real Madrid player to be booked. Coventry have got a third goal against Sheffield United. 3-1 the leaders lead. Olympiacos 1, PSV 1 is how it finished. Juventus 1, Sporting 1 is another result. Sporting, still Juventus then are yet to win. And Bodo Glimt 0, Monaco 1. So Monaco get their first win in the Champions League phase. The cameras are trained on the match winner, McAllister, on the bench, as the referee has just had to come across and have a word with Xabi Alonso, the Real Madrid head coach, and I think he's going to be shown a yellow card, and indeed he is, for something that's clearly been said to the fourth official.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with that decision. He didn't think it was a foul, but it was. I mean, Chiesa just got in front of Carreras and nicked the ball away. Liverpool now, just keep the ball. Just keep this ball. And go a little bit long, and that's not the greatest of balls.
Coventry City have beaten Sheffield United 3-1. That's the result. And that's the result here at Anfield. Back-to-back wins for Liverpool against Real Madrid. McAllister with the only goal of the game. It could have been more had it not been for the brilliance of Courtois. But there is no doubt that that is a fully deserved win for Liverpool and Arne Slot. McAllister's header, the only game of a quality football match.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant game of football, end-to-end, quality all over the pitch, technical, outstanding performances from both sets of players. But Liverpool wanted it more, but they played with a higher tempo, created better opportunities. It could have been 4 or 5, but for Courtois, an outstanding game of football.
Yeah, I totally agree with Stephen. I think the pressure that Liverpool put on Madrid today was absolutely outstanding. How they worked as a team, as a group, really compact in between the lines. And then there could have been 4 up, but Courtois was absolutely outstanding in goal for Real Madrid.
Real Madrid's winning start to the Champions League phase has come to an end, and Liverpool move alongside them on 9 points. As You'll Never Walk Alone rings around Anfield, Liverpool have beaten Real Madrid by a goal to 0.
They look properly beaten, Real Madrid, don't they, Jonathan? I mean, their body language is forlorn.
Do you know what, chappers? I think it's because Liverpool actually ran them into the ground. They actually ran over the top of them. Liverpool were that good and that aggressive. Out of possession, they ran them off the pitch. They were exceptional, Liverpool, absolutely exceptional.
Aggressive is the key word actually there, Stephen, isn't it?
It is, 100%, and I mentioned it in commentary that when I've watched Liverpool in before Aston Villa, there was a little bit of a soft underbelly about them, and they weren't being as wholehearted in challenges, as strong. Well, tonight you couldn't even question that. They were outstanding in the way that they pressed them. They made life difficult for Real Madrid. The one thing I'd say about Real Madrid is that you can't come to Anfield and expect to carry players. And tonight, out of possession, they carried Mbappe and they carried Vinicius Junior. You can't afford to do that. I know they're good on the break and going the other way, but that's a little bit of disrespect to Liverpool.
Liverpool at the moment, Ian, have done a sort of, a lap of appreciation, haven't they?
Yes, they have. I think Arne Slot made reference to it in his programme notes about the support they got from Aston Villa at the weekend, what has been a difficult period of them of late. And I think tonight, the intensity that they played with, they fed off the energy, because the Liverpool supporters, right from the first whistle, were certainly up for it tonight. So I think, again, they've just gone to show their appreciation to this Liverpool crowd.